Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Here we have today a Mazda 6. This is the 2-litre SE-L Nav Plus model. Okay, this is presented in Soul Red Crystal with the black cloth interior. Now, these cars are the sort of last incarnation of the Mazda 6, so they're incredibly well spec'd, which we'll run through when we get in the vehicle. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about background on the car. This was actually supplied new by Masters Mazda, who are another local dealer, very reputable dealer, but actually closed, I think, about a year ago now. So we've been inheriting a lot of their customers, being in a close proximity of their, I suppose, catchment area. Now, they came to the end of their PCP. Came in, we spoke about their options because they actually used this for a service in December where they placed an order for a new car. So very happy with the brand, happy with the service they got when visiting us for service, and yeah, purchased a CX-30. I believe they were getting a dog, and obviously being a saloon car, not really suitable. Now my dog won't sit in the boot of a car, so I have to have a special dog car for him. But yeah, maybe their dog's going to be a bit better, well behaved than mine. Now, this car's in really lovely condition. I've had the alloy wheels refurbished professionally, so taken to a wheel refurbers, which fortunately is next door to us. Powder coated, strip powder coated, repaired, so they are better than the new finish. Powder coating is a fantastic thing, and it gives that sort of more durable finish, and there won't be any corrosion either. Now, when we were having the wheels done, it needed 2 tyres, so we fitted 2 Toyo tyres, which are tyres that actually come with the Mazda range. They're either Bridgestones or Toyos, so we fitted Toyos. Now, the car was last serviced in December, but we will put the car through our workshop just to make sure everything's tickety-boo. It'll have a 101 point check. Now, let's get to the inside of the car, but before we do that, let's just move round to the boot and show you this enormous boot. Now, this is one of the few saloon cars that seats fold down, so they fold down in a 60-40 split. But look at that boot, absolutely enormous. You could get probably 1 very large man in there, or 2 smaller people. There is space for a spare wheel should you require one. I wouldn't say it's necessary, but I know some people are quite adamant on having them, so there is space for a spare wheel. So let's close this up. So the later ones are badged SKYACTIV-G, and I'll come to that in a minute, what that actually means. So let's hop in the car. So these have got a different interior from the earlier cars. I would say the seats are more comfortable. You kind of sit on them rather than in them, if that makes any sense. Now I'm going to close the door and get the car started because it's a warm day today. I'll get that air conditioning blowing. So you've got 2 keys with the car. Look at that. I believe that's the original key tag. Not a handwriting I recognise, so I'd imagine that's from the Masters dealership. So foot on the clutch, press this button here, and she bursts into life. So let's get this air conditioning blowing. Okay, so you've got dual zone aircon. I say it's very hot today. Well, it's 20 degrees, but it's quite warm in the car, especially with the sun being out. You've got the CD player, 6-speed gearbox. Turn that down a bit. Electric handbrake. So the earlier ones had a manual handbrake. Okay, electric handbrake, and you've got the quick keys here for the infotainment system. Now, this infotainment system has a bigger screen than the earlier ones. So if you are looking at these cars, one of the things that you'll notice is the screen's a bit smaller, and I don't believe, now I could be wrong, I'm just trying to rack my memory, but I don't believe they would have had the heads-up display which is projected onto the windscreen. It would have had a little flap here, and that was only available on the sport models. So this being the SE-L Plus, there are plus points to it, excuse the pun. It's got the smaller wheels, more rubber, so slightly softer ride. And if you like cloth interiors, which I do, I think the cloth interiors are much more comfortable. But I know it's nice having the electric seats and whatnot. Okay, now this has radar cruise control. So that was a standard feature. So it will track the car in front. You've got blind spot monitoring, so if someone's over. You've got lane keep assist, so the car will keep you within lane. And if you were to let go of your steering wheel, which I'm sure you won't do that often, it'll actually tell you to hold the steering wheel. It'll correct your steering twice and then tell you to hold the steering wheel. You've also got lane departure warning, which will warn you if you veer out of a lane without indicating. So all really good stuff, because it's all safety features, and you can adjust the sensitivity. Sorry, that's the glare. Can't see the screen. It will where was I? Yes, if you find it a bit intrusive, you can adjust the sensitivity. Now, because we've got so much sun here today, my camera is struggling to see that screen. That screen is actually perfect. Right, hang on a minute. There we go, if I go from that angle. Now, you also get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is fast becoming a very, very popular thing. So you can navigate your smartphone, which I think a lot of people do own these days. But if you've got any phone with Bluetooth, you can connect up without a smartphone. Obviously, you can't use the CarPlay, but you can use the sort of basic Bluetooth phone book, receive calls, etc., etc. You've got a fuel economy monitor, all right, and there is another screen. Hang on, I'm looking for something. I should have rehearsed this. Where are we? Next screen, that's what I wanted. It's got iStop, and it will tell you how many trees you've saved. Let's go to the next setting. Fuel economy monitor. So this has all been reset just recently. Okay, so you've got that there, which you can monitor sort of your driving. DAB radio, FM, AM, etc. And then obviously you can stream anything from your phone. The sat nav is excellent. I've used this. In fact, I rented a Mazda 6, not by choice. Not that I have anything against them, of course, but when I was in Europe, and out comes my car, my rental car, and it's a Mazda 6. And I used this sat nav system to drive to the Tatra Mountains, where you've got the world's largest ski slope. Not that I was going to ever go on that. It was summertime, and it did me a great service. I would never have been able to get there otherwise. Okay, so yeah, a very well spec car. It's in lovely condition. We've got to give it a valet. Not done that yet. It's just come back from the wheel refurbers, and the mileage is 16,945 miles, so under 17,000 miles. And I've got here the service history. So there you go. It had its PDI, pre-delivery inspection, Masters, Mazda, October 19. Then November 20, first service. November 21, second service. Third service with ourselves in December at 15,390 miles. So it's not done very many miles. It's about, what's that, 1,500 miles since its last service. But we still shall put this through the workshop and give it a full health check, and anything that requires doing shall be done. I say we've already put 2 tyres on the car. Okay, so we are a Mazda dealer, so it will come with a Mazda warranty. That's the ZZ Plus used car warranty, which also has roadside assistance, and it's a comprehensive roadside assistance with home start, European cover, etc., etc. Now, a few things about us. We pride ourselves on having a fantastic part exchange facility, because we retail all makes and models. So whatever you have, you'll get the best deal with a part exchange. But please do, do all the things you're encouraged to do these days, and heavily advertised. And I think you get a valuation in 30 seconds these days. Do all that, but we want your part exchange. Doesn't matter if it's not a Mazda. We really want that. You'll get the best deal with a part exchange. Okay, we've got great finance facilities, delivery facilities. We can do a video walk round, send you some more photos, videos, more specific ones perhaps, and answer any questions on the